of February 2025. So sorry I had a little bit of a hiatus there, guys. Christmas and all of that was pretty busy, so I am back doing some of the readings here just as I can. So I don't have any specific schedule just because I do keep myself pretty busy. I am just that kind of person. So anyway, we'll just get right into it. So what I'm seeing here as an overall energy is we are dealing with the major arcana. So I would say here in the month of February that there are some significant changes coming in for you in the month of February. There is more of a stabilizing energy for sure. There's a lot of balance. There's an inspiration. There's some new ideas for sure coming through here. But it feels like you might be kind of overextending yourself in some ways, but for the most part, juggling things very effectively. And then we'll kind of get into all the clarifiers as well. So this is just the main energies that are coming through. Okay, so I'll also pull, I have a couple of other cards sort of pulled off to the side here that also came through. Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Chariot. Very good, successful cards and ambition. We have the Empress and the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of abundance of, and we'll get right into that here toward the end, but I won't go into all of that right at this point. So we also will pull, for those that are interested in relationship cards, I might throw in a couple of those, even though that's not really what I tend to focus on. I try to just generalize it with an overall energy, but anyway, we'll get into those here as we go along. So, all right, so give me one second, just trying to organize myself a little bit. All right, so we'll start off just with the Emperor energy initially. So, of course, we all know the Emperor to be it is a take control kind of energy. It does require a lot of structure, sort of maintain that energy as well. So I would say for the most part, you are in a really stable situation, or at least you feel that way. You feel like you're in control of your destiny or more in control in the month of February overall. So this would, in terms of relationships, speak to focusing on more of the practical side of things, the practical matters, getting bills paid and making sure things are done in a timely fashion. But it's also starting to plan in more of an established partnership, so there's more loyalty there. There's more stability in the month of February. Could also reference a father figure here as well. But overall, that's speaking to an Aries energy that might also be relevant. It doesn't necessarily have to be that particular sign, but it could certainly relate around someone who has those characteristics, being a little bit more fiery, a little bit more ambitious, a little bit more sovereign and taking control over their own destiny and all of that. So again, this energy seems to be the predominant influence for the month of February. So I feel like your perspective seems to be more on, and hi there, gospel music. Nice to see you. And welcome to everybody else that's sort of following along here. But what I do see is, you're really interested in maintaining more of the ship, so to speak. This is really where you've got your focus on maintaining the smoothness of the situation. So you want to protect, your home front. This is where you're trying to set some boundaries. And even in terms of finances, it's getting things more organized. And hi, Winter Thompson. And appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Sorry, I'm not all that consistent with my readings. That's why my channel doesn't grow exponentially, but it's just the way I do things. It's just something I do out of enjoyment for sure. And I do believe that, overall 2025 is going to be a more productive year and certainly a lot more positive for all of the signs in terms of how things have been in comparison to years prior. But anyway, getting back to the Gemini reading. So as I said, even in terms of career and money, your finances are really getting organized here. You're really trying to plan things out. There's certainly a lot more balance that's showing through here because it is followed up with the Justice card. So overall, big energies, major arcana. This is about, really enjoying the structure of things. This is not and it's not, as a matter of fact, the structure of things is the very thing that is allowing you to focus on your creativity. That's why we've got the Queen of Wands out here as well. So in general, like I say, we're going to pull some more cards here as well, but this is the main energies out. Again, there is a strong sort of energy here around control and creating order and a very ambitious cycle for you in February, and really wanting to take control over how things are going for you. And so, and sure, yes, I was going to say Winter. I will answer questions toward the very end of the read, absolutely. So just throw your question up there, and uh, I will get to that one as well. But either way, I feel like this is a really protected sort of energy that's coming through for you, because as I said, I mean, we've got a lot of cards of balance here. This is also a mature energy, so that's wisdom that's coming through with that same sort of level of making wiser choices. And this could also be because there's been a fair amount of learning, to get to this point. Obviously, this is, the Justice card sort of speaks to that. So it's kind of balancing out the power dynamics. It's not controlling all elements because it is taking control, but it's also balancing those elements now so that you can actually do things with clear thought. There's definitely levels of success in this reading, and there's definitely for sure, I'm going to answer that. Absolutely, Winter. And then, as I said, I mean, this is definitely speaking to things where whatever you build, sorry, my gut's trying to make her way across the table here. Just trying to slice things for a second. Okay. So, anyway, overall, this really does speak to having a better sense of where you're headed, what you want, doing things from a place of, knowledge, a lot of ambition showing up here. And it also correlates to, that sense of order, that sense of structure, creating a better foundation so that you can go forward with a creative idea. So it's almost like you also are weighing up both sides of things with that Justice card coming in around the Page of Swords. This could be information that's coming through or an idea, but it definitely, and it could also be dealing with a childlike element, something along that line here. But either way, there's something here that kind of speaks to clearing things up while you kind of move forward into a new space. So, sorry guys, I'm just going to let my cat out here. So it just takes me a couple of seconds. Hang tight for just a minute. She's a bit... Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so back into the read here. So like I said, the energy here seems to be quite stable, quite secure, and it definitely has a feeling of getting things back on track. So many of you, this is you really finding your way back to, I guess that stabilizing point is what I would say there. All right, so now we're getting into, I might just kind of, I'll do an overview synopsis as well toward the end here, but I want to say that looking at, also further out here is the Two of Pentacles. So we're going to get to that one here as well. But Ace of Wands energy, as I said, that really speaks to some kind of creative project or something that's coming in that's really bringing things to light for you. So I feel like not only are you feeling more passionate about a new beginning, but there's something here that kind of speaks to everything starting to almost right itself in your mindset. So something that you might have had, difficulties with over the course of, everything seems to be turning around is what I'm getting there. And the major arcana, as I said, is stabilizing and taking back control over your life. But the minor arcana suggests that you have a few ideas sort of pending here. So like I said, with the Ace of Wands here, I'm definitely seeing that you have a new inspired beginning about to take place. For others, this can be the start of a job. It definitely speaks to Aries, Leo, Sagittarius being relevant. Aries is coming through quite strong here, but it's a more enterprising energy. So, I mean, for some of you, like I said, there's a new beginning that, and I'm not really seeing it as a travel card or anything, but it is really more along the lines of ambition for me. But either way, I just feel like this is a very important, ambitious cycle that you want to take advantage of. The other part of it is here, it's almost like a chapter that's in around, because I'm seeing it followed up here as a clarifier with the Queen of Wands, it could be sort of a fiery dynamic in regards to a relationship or something of that nature. What I want to say there is that, like I said, because the main energy out here, speaks to taking some kind of authority in your life, and there's leadership qualities. There's a lot of structure and order, like I mentioned. I feel like you're almost, you know, more along the lines of even dealing with the court systems or anything contractual. It feels like you are following those principles. You're following more of the discipline, the law, and the order of things, like I said, because the structure seems to be extremely important here. So that means that you're managing your responsibilities with a lot more of a methodical approach, like I mentioned. So, again, strong masculine energy here, but there's also a very strong fire energy here, which sometimes that combination can be a little bit dicey, although I still see almost a new impassioned start, and it's still quite positive. There is a little bit of there's movement for sure, stepping forward, but I want to say that there's something here that could also be. I really want to check out what that Page of Swords is as a clarifier. So maybe before I speak, because I'm just getting a sense of what it could be, but I want to clarify it first. Okay, so back into, like I said, this could be the presence of an influential figure as well, or a boss or somebody like that, that also could be somehow helping you to advance something forward. That would be somebody who's in a position of power, or again, authority, something of that nature, or dealing with a legal responsibility for others. So either way, I just feel like there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of preparation, and not only that, it is that Emperor is followed up with the Two of Wands speaks to the same. There is a lot of planning. There's a lot of really trying to not really an emotional time for you. It's almost like you're able to expand the horizon here. You've got all these ideas, you know the point from which you're going to take off now, and you're starting to plan those next steps. That's what I would say on a more mundane project level. It's like the vision is here. When I see that Queen of Wands, and that's energy of being a lot more charismatic, and I would say even venturing out, being a lot more talkative, being a lot more social. So, about what it is perhaps that you're doing, something along that line. But either way, this vision for the future is a lot more clear for you in February. And I feel like you've got more energy, there's more ambition, there's more, clear sense of what you want to achieve. And you're now taking those steps to move it forward. There's also, with that Two of Wands, like I said, that energy right there also speaks to, contemplating how to expand the horizon and all of that stuff, like I said. But the potential behind whatever it is that you're doing is quite strong. Whatever it is that you are doing here, it does look as though you're still exploring it to a certain degree, but you're making some wiser moves in how you are laying this out, which means it's going to be a slower pace, but you are still taking action. Very strategic. Okay, so we'll get right into long-term sort of impact here as well. This would be, even though it's a structured approach, like I said, it does feel like career is going to take off. It does feel like you have a lot more confidence in this period in February. And as I said, a lot more organized in what you're doing. And it's just an encouraging sign overall, that you are now in a space of, you're just now in a space of rejuvenating in some way. It's like, it's just like I said, it feels like you are now more assured. I don't know why you were sitting back before. Maybe there were issues or something that you were, sort of pulling at you, but it just feels like the cycle that you're moving into, is a lot more balanced, and it's for the greater good. It's not self-oriented. You're dealing with things in a really responsible way. The fact that we did have the Wheel of Note here, to me, kind of speaks to, some luck in some legal matters, or luck in anything that deals with contractual matters. But it just feels like you are now really recognizing your own impact on how what you do, what you put out there is really what you're getting back. So you won't make unethical you won't make unethical decisions, because it's like you're aware of those consequences now, because that's almost kind of a karmic sort of feel on that, especially when it's showing up with the scales of justice as well. So again, it's like you are now in a space of everything needs to be based in fact. Everything needs to be a decisive, structured, organized action. You're not going to take any big risks or anything here. You're following everything by the rules. There's integrity behind this. And like I said, I just feel like you're really in control of yourself. And I'm feeling like you're a lot more social, even though there's a certain level of containment, but you're a lot more, uh, it's almost like you're speaking out more so uh, with a lot of the idea that you're coming in with, because this is a character. This is, granted, I will say this is that energy of being further out. It's a clarifier, but you're in the energy of it. So it does speak to there being some sense of you coming out of your shell, is what I would say. So it's almost like you've been in a retreat mode and this is now coming forward. All right, so back into this and the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords is also a card of, like I said, incoming news. It can speak to a younger person that you're dealing with. Could be father-son dynamic here as well. But it's almost like there's an emergence of, you've got this spark of an idea and you might be involving someone else here as well, but there's a learning, there's a growth, there's an expansion. There is also, with that pairing, something about having a more inquisitive mind. Could be a writer, could be doing something with words, speaking, but it's a sharp, quick mindset and having a better idea of how to face your challenges, and you're willing to sort of stand up for your truth and all of that with the Pages and that Justice card. So I also feel like you're seeking the truth. I feel like you're trying to really get clear and balanced and try to do things in a fair way in how you go forward. So your communication is changing. There's a lot more communication, period, like I said, coming from you in the month of February. And I do feel like there's a lot of integrity that's showing up here, and that, as I said, I feel like you are feeling a lot more confident because of you've got a clearer reasoning ability. It's almost like your mind is starting, if it was in a bit of a fog or in a haze, all of that is starting to change. So there's also something that you might be uncovering in terms of a truth or how you're going to go forward and make a decision. But let's just put a clarifier card on that one. Okay, so what is the Justice card with the Page of Swords? What is the Justice card with the Page of Swords? Justice card with the Page of Swords. Justice card, Page of Swords. All right, again, non-stop balance. So it feels like your life was actually quite out of balance because of all these cards coming with coming in with all this level of control and all this level of balance and all this level of integrity. It's like you're changing the way that you're going forward. The Temperance card definitely speaks to a healing as well, and it could be a healing in regards to a younger person as well. For some of you, it doesn't have to be a love relationship, but it can certainly speak to a relationship that's of importance to you. Sorry, guys, every time I talk too long, my throat takes a hiatus. So like I said, I just feel like there's also a level of patience that's coming up with that Temperance card. So find the middle ground in situations. It's all about, you've got more energy that's coming in this month. You want to avoid the extremes is really what the card says. No extreme indulgences. Moderation is the key, and enable for you to maintain your own energy level and your peace and harmony and all of that. So there is a level of healing. There is a level of patience, and it certainly is you more of a cooperative energy. And you could also be dealing with somebody who is a fire sign here, or has the qualities or characteristics of somebody who's much more Queens, more receptive energy, caring, nurturing, all of that, but also a lot of charisma. That's so this person, as I said, could very well be in your sphere, but wherever there might have been some kind of conflict or disconnection, it feels like all of that is starting to right itself and change. There's more of a flow with the energy coming through. And again, you're just starting to get into it with the Temperance card. So as I said, I feel like this is more of a calm, measured mindset, and you're really facing your challenges and stressors with, stepping back. You know how to sort of balance things out when you fall into these excesses or fall into these extreme, areas of disruption in your life. So you're more reflective now, and I feel like this is where you can be more adaptable and flexible. And you're showing that That's the energy that you're moving into. So again, there is something taking off though in regards to an inspiring project or a passion of some sort that really, puts you in the driver's seat, I guess, because there is so much ambition here. Like I said, even the Queen of Wands, this could be a person where you're starting to find more of a connection. Because of that is more of there is a strong attraction in that connection. So for whoever that resonates for, I just feel like this is a really positive, powerful time for you. Highly energetic, very empowering combinations. But again, very stepping up into leadership role, and you have a vision to succeed. Something's changed here for you, and I just feel like you're just there's just a far more take control energy. Like I said, I feel like your confidence level has really been built up, and it's almost like there's been some kind of healing energy that is affecting everything here. So and like I said, she is going to change here as well. So it also is more enthusiastic. So you're feeling a lot more optimistic as well about how things are going ahead. The other part here now is as you're getting your energy back, what I want to say here with the Two of Pentacles is that there's still a sense of maybe not having full, you're managing everything without an issue, but it still feels like there's a little bit of back and forth and needing to juggle things and balance it out so that you can maintain your work, your personal life, your multiple projects, whatever it is, your financial responsibilities. So you're adapting to the situation, period. But your time management and your prioritization seems to be quite a little bit in flux, but for the most part, you are handling that bit of overwhelm very well. Twos are all about balancing things, and you have so much here about balance, staying in control, and of course that's light because you always have to juggle multiple things, but for the most part the things that you're juggling in this month seem to be very good. And again, your key is to stay balanced, flexible, adapt, and keep the right priorities at the forefront here, so that you're not distracted with anything that's going to weigh heavy on your energy level. Okay, so again, there's a lot of sense of prioritizing things so that you don't have burnout. The only thing, that's why I say it is followed up with the Five of Swords. So to me, that is an indicator that there is something here around your energy level that you're going to have to really be very careful of. So even though you're feeling a lot more, able to deal with things, there's still a little bit of a shred of some tension, or where it's still a little bit heavy on your energy level. So you've more momentum, more drive, ambition, more focus, but again, there's still that sense. Five indicates that maybe even a little bit further out, you're going to have to adjust something, because sometimes we get into this mood where we have to win at all costs, which of course is that card. And it's almost like in terms of your energy and how you're weighing things out, it feels like you're just in that space of, sorry guys, that didn't go well. Okay, let's just take that one down then. But it just feels like you have to really choose your battles wisely in the situation. So, winning is not, it's, there's a price for everything if we don't, do things with integrity. I mean, even if something did fall short of what you expected it to be, if you did things in the way that you could only do in that moment based on, the amount of information or, things that you had available to you, resources, whatever, then you still feel okay with the decision, because you might have learned something in the process that you might alter or change. And that's really what I see here, is you're going to have to alter or change something and able to kind of deal with the energy that you're trying. It's almost like you're jumping in too soon, putting out too much, and that's going to cause a little bit of a power struggle, maybe. Let me just clarify that one. I'm not sure if this is dealing with a person or dealing with you specifically. I do see it around your energy. I do see it around your finances, where there's a little bit of a struggle there. But what is the Five of Swords needing to alter in the month of February? Five of Swords. What is coming in there that needs to be managed better? Oh, sorry guys. Lost my card. Okay, well, there it is. Ten of Swords. Something that you were trying to win at all costs. Something that you were trying to have full control over. Something that of a new start here in terms of money did not go well. And because of that, it's almost like it's a clearing up of that space. So I would say that something, you do have some new energy here and another start, you know, of an ambitious sort of project, like I said. But whatever went horribly with that last scenario, it does feel like you are now in a space of having to sort of clean up the mess, maybe, I guess is really what it is. You know, so you're in the residual energy of a situation that did not go well. And I would say that there was probably a falling out of things in, you know, into conflict. It doesn't feel like it was a situation where you felt like you could have won or did win. You know, it felt like it was a painful end. Might have had a lot of emotional pain, some sense of betrayal, but you do have a new beginning here either way. The Ten of Swords is the energy that's just a little bit further out, so you're just clearing up that energy right now. So just know that, you know, you have firmer ground here, and whatever was is now in the back seat of things, and you're not going to make that mistake again, is really what I would say there. It's almost like you hit a rock bottom, some kind of low point, and now you've processed it. You're healing through it. There's lingering energy from it, but it's also a card of release and closure. You are being transformed by this, so by that pain and that situation. So you're making more methodical choices because of that. You're healing from that situation. There is something coming through with the Knight of Swords. What is the Knight of Swords? It's a communication or some kind of, might be in regards to that Ten of Swords situation, that whatever that specific situation was for you. You really learned the hard way. But what is the Knight of Swords? The information that's coming through with that. Knight of Swords, you're hearing communication, a Four of Swords energy. Okay, Four of Swords is also something to do with healing. It's resting and recuperation. So there's something here, you know, you've kind of been in a healing, reflective period, and it feels like that burnout, you're getting some kind of communication. So that's going to help you to recharge things. And again, I mean, it's mental, emotional, recharging yourself because it's necessary. But you're getting communication about something that's going to help you to recover, is what I would say there, and to regain that strength. And what follows the Four of Swords? What follows the Four of Swords here? What follows the Four of Swords? Whatever that difficult stepping back period was, you've got good news coming in with the Page of Cups and big transformation over big transformation, big changes, you know, over something that led you into a period of feeling like you kind of missed a situation, because the Death and the Four of Cups, you know, you feel there's an emptiness there. There is a level of not feeling like, you know, you were able to, it's a misunderstanding card as well, because whatever the transformation and the changes, they keep being followed up here with very positive cards, but there's a lot of shifts. So as you get some news, you're shifting. As you get some more news, you're shifting again. So whatever this is here, just know that there might still be some kind of residual information that is going to be, that you're still dealing with indirectly, because I do see the Devil coming out with a Page of Pentacles. Could be dealing with the young person toxicities or any kind of addictions or anything like that, but you're letting go of a lot of those areas. You're letting go a lot of, getting rid of a lot of the discontent that you were feeling. So emotionally, that disconnection feeling, the things that you were unsure about, you know, feeling like you missed out on opportunities, depression, discontent. It feels like you really went through the gamut here. Previously, there was a lot of dissatisfaction here, a lot of emotional endurance, you know, I would say, to get through the situation, a lot of emotional pain. You are willing to open yourself up to new opportunities here, like I said, in this period, but it still feels like it'll be something that you're recovering from over the course of time. But overall, there's a message coming through in this month that is going to give you some information that you want, some kind of information that you want that's going to be able to move you forward. So what is that information that's coming through that will move forward? Is it in regards to health? Is it in regards to Okay, again, it's a push pull, push pull. So what I'm seeing here is, you're getting clear. There's clarity in regard, could be dealing with an air sign here as well, but there's a shift. There's some inner conflicts. There's a bit of a win with the Six of Wands, putting you on the map in some way. Something is going your way. Something is going, again, you've got all end cards coming up, 10 of Wands. And again, it's following up with the 8 of Wands. Some kind of fast information is coming through for you that's going to put things back in perspective for you. So you do have a lot of things to kind of recover from, here is what I would say. But overall, the energy is very good and you have the momentum. So we're going to take these back. I'm going to take these down and kind of bring it forward with some other cards, but let's just go back into what these are. So these are the clarifiers, and then of course we have two others which I'll put on the side there also. So we all know the Wheel of Fortune to be that card of recovery. It's sort of a full cycle of things moving into a space where you can actually look forward to something. It is a major arcana, and this is actually energy that's coming through as the overriding influence, I would say, for the rest of the read. And again, the majority of all of these things is recovery energy, shifting and recovering and being flexible. There's a lot of that, but you have luck on your side. You have a lot of things that kind of speak to the Wheel of Fortune is kind of here with the Chariot. So that's success in, I see something of success that you want. Not wish fulfillment, but it is something that's going to help put you on the map, or at least bring you back, bring things back into perspective. Like I said, Wheel of Fortune is a very positive energy overall. So I just feel overall you have had a lot to bring back into balance. This could very well even be your own health. But lots of that is changing now. So like I said, you are on the right track with everything. And I think you're starting to see, how do I say, through the trees or whatever, seeing where you're headed now. The Wheel of Fortune, like I said, can also play out a little bit. It's like a year. It's like a year or so that sort of, like, it's not a short-term energy is what I want to say there. That Wheel of Fortune does speak to timing is important in the situation with the Chariot as well. And it definitely indicates that there is a cycle that has some movement, and there's an opportunity or some kind of luck that you're going to be able to embrace, right? So this is where there's definitely changes up ahead. You have gone through some very challenging phases, I would say, and it feels like, you've had to shift, change, and adapt in many ways, not just in one area of your life. It feels like it's really shaped you, and you're now going into a space where you're looking for more flow rather than resisting it. Yeah, it feels like a powerful cycle that's finishing up with all the tens that were coming through, and it was not a good end. There was something of a loss, or a feeling of loss with that situation. The Chariot, of course, does indicate that you are now having to choose a better direction. This is more action, determination, a lot of willpower, and, like I say, control and mastery in something as well. But you are making some big progress toward your goals. Um, if I were to take that even into, outside of just personal development as well, I mean, it does, it gives you the power and the strength to overcome whatever your obstacles are with those cards. You have a very strong, powerful mindset in the month of February. You have a real strong need for balance and control, even in terms of your relationships. Even wherever there was tensions or challenges, it's almost like you're staying in control of your reaction, and you're using a more mature mindset to create more balance. So you're pushing ahead, but again, it's with a clear plan, and you're aligning things so that you don't make the same mistakes that had happened in the past. There's progress here, like I said, and you're keeping your eye on the prize. So just a lot going on here that I feel you can really explore. The other part of it is we also have a water sign coming in here. Water sign, air sign. Lot of you're doing a lot of work on personal, elements of control for you, I would say. The Empress does indicate there is definitely something here that is speaking to giving you favor in a situation. So, and this is a very abundant energy. So I would say that whatever this is, you're getting communication about it, but it's going to help advance you in the ways that you were looking for. Because the Empress and the Queen of Cups, again, very emotional, sort of nurturing feelings. So it feels like again, creative things and anything around your comfort or anything around the things that help you to feel that are productive, birth of ideas, all of that, anything around that energy space and that creates comfort for you is what's coming in. So balancing out the emotions and the intuition with this card. But yeah, you've got a lot of psychic insights. I would say they're going to be coming through for you, which is going to help you to kind of clear away any stagnant energy. So you're feeling more wise, but there's also a more together approach with the people that may be in your life here. And again, I see a younger person as well as communications coming through. And I feel like there's just a lot more empathy and a lot more emotional response to whatever it is that you are putting up there. So again, it's just really freeing energy overall. I just don't feel like you're inhibited in any way. It feels like everything is starting to open up to you and there's more of a cooperative energy. I don't see kind of scaling up into anything in particular, but I do feel like, I mean, there's no thing that's, specifically going to be requiring the next level of it. It's almost like you're making the changes, you're creating the plans, you've got a stronger, bigger outlook. It's like you're moving into the next evolution of you with ease. That's what I would say there. There's just a really good energy about, sticking to your well thought out plan, like I said. Let's pull some of the other cards here and see what we've got as well that could be coming through with the Life Purpose Oracle cards. Let's do that. Okay, Life Purpose Oracle cards going in with what is influencing life purpose for Gemini in the month of February. Light and love. All right, so your purpose is to bring divine healing and light to the world. So something has to change here around your, it's almost like you're finding more inspiration in something, more optimistic, like I said, positive outlook. So what is coming in here with light and love? What is coming in with light and love? What is coming in with light and love? What is coming in with light and love? Study. You might be taking either courses or you might be doing something that is requiring a lot of research. So that's pretty good. Which goes in line with what we were talking about. A lot of structure, and teaching is coming out here as well. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're inspiring others. You're teaching others how to kind of move things forward. What else is coming through for February? Working with flowers for some of you might be relevant. Your heart, opening up, bringing blessing to others through your life purpose. So something that you're doing is starting to flourish, what I would say with that as well. So there's something here about, you're starting to blossom. There's something here about this is also a card of creativity and a lot of sparks of inspiration. So I feel like that's really coming through for a lot of you. You're really drawn to something around home, and smells might be more relevant here as well, but it just feels like you're on purpose with your life path. That's what I see there, because when you talk about flowers, there's something about things that you're drawn to, strongly drawn to, that could be around nature. But let's go into another deck. Let's pull a card on romance. What's going on for romance? Okay, what's going on for relationships and romance? Romance and relationships that are significant to Gemini in the month of February. Romance and relationships. Okay, there might be a holiday or something that you're considering here, but it does look like something is about to change for you. What else is coming through with that card? I think you're feeling better about yourself. It's you are lovable. So it's almost like there is a sense of feeling rejection or feeling not close in some way, but this is you feeling more confident about yourself. And we also have a card of stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So there's something here that's going to right itself. So anything that you felt was not there as a support system, or, more positive reflection, that's going to be changing here, or at least there's a movement in that direction. Let's pull another card here. This one is the Enchanted Love Tarot, although I don't know that the deck really specifically speaks to that, but let's pull it anyway. Okay, so what's happening with the Enchanted Love Tarot? Okay, so what's coming through for love for Gemini? Love for Gemini. What's coming through for love or emotions or a specific relationship that they wanted to have healed or connected to? Six of Roses came up as well in the other one. And the Nine of Roses. Okay, well, definitely there is something here about your habits, and there's a victory over conquering oneself. What is it that's being conquered? Yeah, highly intuitive in this period here as well. And then we also have the Queen of Gems. We'll take these cards a little bit more individual just so it makes more sense. Okay, so Six of Roses. This one I don't deal with on a regular basis, but we're going to kind of reflect on some of the information from the book on this one. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, Six of Roses, definitely, again, victory card. You're some kind of a winner in terms of dealing with another situation that's relating around a person. So this is being in the spotlight. This is also, appreciating a happier time. And it does feel like you're ready to make more important decisions about your future. So there's something about being sensitive to, someone else's feelings, your feelings, but also knowing the path to success. And you are dealing with a more caring person, or you're being more caring in the way that you move forward here. And of course, it is followed up with the Nine of Roses. So you're at an end cycle with something, and it definitely speaks to an answer of yes. So it's a healthier relationship that you're moving into, and it will require the discipline and the health. And it definitely speaks to your body might be tested in a situation, so you really want to eat right and prepare yourself for something. Avoid any intoxication or anything that would be negative toward the body. But it definitely is speaking to being a lot more religious about your core value and your belief system. So staying true to that and being faithful to your word. So like I said, there's a lot more integrity. And again, not doing anything to excess in terms of physicality. So there's something here about your health that keeps coming through here as well. Things are moving in the right direction, but trying to avoid any toxicities. And I do have a new one here that I wanted to do as well. It's called the Business Astrology Oracle, and that'll be my last one, and then I answer that question that I had seen earlier there. What is necessary for Gemini to know for the Business Astrology Oracle in terms of business or work or career? What would be best advice, best influence, or what is the significant influence coming in? You're empowered this month. So you're starting to feel, like I said, you're getting your confidence back. And the card, of course, following with structure. Just point out here, guys. So, yeah, you're dealing with exactly what the tarot was indicating. The structure that's very, very important in this month. Things that you really have to start planning. But either way, I mean, that's something that's kind of a repeat card there. So it really does emphasize the fact that you have to follow your systems. You have to, apply more discipline. There's more challenges up ahead, as there always will be. There will always be restrictions, but deal with it from the place of your approach. It will always be, do your responsibilities, with integrity, file your taxes, deal with your legal issues. All of that is starting to come through in terms of businesses. And again, it'll allow you a lot more freedom further out. But I feel like this is that space where you're asking yourself those questions about how can you apply, a system to or a structure to your business, or how do you write things? How do you get things more organized so things are more efficient? And what does that look like? And of course, the card of empowerment that's going to be what helps you to feel like you're getting your life back on track, because you actually are you're not under the pressure of anything else, because you're starting to give yourself more permission to sort of structure out a better plan. And again, you often will feel pressure in business or any kind of life response, period. But just know that you are a lot more powerful, a lot more potent in this month, because you do have a very strong strategic mind, and there's more leadership quality coming through. So I just feel like you're really going to be doing a great job of implementing. That seems to be the main theme, period, all over the place, is that you really need to get your life in order for the month of February. But you're on the right track. And again, so much inspiration, so much good energy, abundance up ahead for sure. But you're just in the energy of starting to work with the idea and create a better plan. So, and you're kind of curtailing some of the stuff that was going on before, by nurturing yourself. And something about your health is, of course, coming through here as well. That's pretty significant. So I would address those issues, because that's impacting your health overall, and your energy level is in question to a certain extent in this read. So, like I said, it's like you push yourself too soon, and then it's like you end up sort of taking a step back. But overall, you've just got a lot of good energy here. Just know that you've got to maintain some balance, because you're very easily shifted out of balance otherwise. So good luck with that. I mean, you definitely have great cards. You are a great strategist. I think you're going to have an excellent month. And it feels like you're laying the foundation out in a better way this month for you to go forward. So you are on track, and you're doing what you need to do to get ahead. So anyway, oh, and also, sorry, I meant to do the last card there. Sorry about that. My short-term memory. Okay, so let's go back into, where's my other deck? Let's do this one. All right, so what is, okay, give me 1 second here. So this next one is about pregnancy for winter. So what is happening in terms of pregnancy? Is pregnancy in the very near future? Timing is always a little bit weird with tarot. I don't find that to be 100% accurate on that, but let's give that, okay. Is there going to be pregnancy in the very near future for winter? Okay, a card just sort of fell out. It almost looks like there's news about something or some kind of information coming in. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but let's just keep shuffling. Is there going to be news of a pregnancy for winter in the near future? I'm not going to say no here, but the factor involved. What is the Four of Pentacles? It's like there's a decision or something that has to happen. It's almost like something's being held back. What is the decision with this? What is the decision for winter regarding pregnancy? Will there even be a pregnancy? Will there be a pregnancy for winter? I feel like yes, but it's not. There's a little bit of limitation around it, and I don't know if it's because somebody's holding back feelings or somebody's not ready for it, but there's something here about a decision or a stagnancy of some sort. Something's being halted, but further out looks like yes. So what is the Wheel of Fortune with the pregnancy? What is the Wheel of Fortune with the pregnancy? And that can kind of indicate like a year out from now. And it feels like there's been some hardship or difficulty around that situation. I don't know why that's coming through that way, but it's been a challenge. So will there be a pregnancy in the near future? Will there be a pregnancy in the near future? I still feel like it's like there's an element of some sort that you haven't considered. That's what I would say. Because I'm getting, that yes, there is this option. Yes, it's going to, I do see yes, but it's like something's not being considered here. It's like you need to do one more thing, or something has to happen before that can happen. There's something that you are, is it information that she's going to seek out or get information on? Will there be a pregnancy, and what is stopping the pregnancy? What is stopping the pregnancy? What is stopping the pregnancy? Or why is it being held back? What's to be considered? Okay, the Fool is coming out. Now that can be somebody's too immature. I don't know if this is the issue here, but it's almost like, because I'm getting young energy here, it feels like it's still going forward, but it's almost like there is a resistance, or has been a resistance from someone. I don't know, somebody lives at a distance. I don't know what this is, because the Six of Swords that kind of fell out here too, but why, what is the issue with the pregnancy? What is the issue with the pregnancy? I do feel the pregnancy is going to happen. Because you have a connection. It's almost like it needed another restart. Something needed another restart or another try, but there's another try here that is going to be successful. And bottom of it was 9 and 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if this is relating to a situation that was around family or interference or something like that. What is the 9 or 10 of Pentacles? But you're getting some kind of, everything's going to balance it out. It will work in your favor, but it's not been easy for sure. There's an element. There's something here that's not, something that still has to come through that is going to be the turning point. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here? Why is the Pentacles here? There's been disappointment around family and maybe around a person who has had, there's a hidden element. What, sorry, Winter, what hasn't? Sorry, Winter, what hasn't? There's a missing element here. There's something that's kind of hidden away here. It looks like there will be a pregnancy, but it's almost like it's like something restart, unable to go forward, but there's a card of a pause. So this is not something that's happening. Oh, okay, it hasn't been easy. That explains a lot there, because you have the 10 of Wands and all the rest of it, but I see it happening. And I think there's something about news or something coming in here. It's more about information that's going to come in that's going to help you to figure it out. Like somehow it'll help move things ahead, but it's still a little further out. It's like a pause or a delay. Something has to happen first, and then it happens. So there's something here about information that you need before that happens. That's what I'm getting. And it keeps coming out in a repeated way. Sorry, cards fell. One sec here. Yeah, it's happening. I'm going to say yes, it's happening, but the issue is there's something about information or something here that has to come in before you kind of know where things are headed. So there's a little bit of delay. It's a little bit further out. Your partner is immature. Seems like he doesn't want it, but doesn't prevent it. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because again, there's like a little bit of a stagnancy, a stop energy. But again, back here, we've got that information showing, immaturity for sure. But I do see it happening. And it's like something restarts and then everything goes forward. There's family card. We also have forward movement a little further out. So it's a bit of a delay, but it's coming quick enough that, you can sort of see where things are headed. There's some confirmation though, something that's going to come in, some kind of communication or whatever that changes it and moves it up ahead here. So like I said, you have the 10 of Wands here, so the final stage. So probably within the next 6 months, some kind of information, and then it happens. But you do have the Wheel of Fortune. There's luck on your side, and I definitely see cards of that moving forward. Not only do we have the Two of Cups, all of that coming in terms of the relationship, but yeah, everything looks like a forward yes, but again, it's a bit of a delay. There's something that has to happen first before it actually finalizes and goes forward. I don't know what that is for you, but that's what I have there. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. Let me see, let's try that one. Maybe that's the issue, I don't know. What is Winter healthy enough to be pregnant? 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 Yeah, the cards that are falling out, I don't know if you're an air sign or a Libra or Gemini or dealing with, but I do feel like, yeah, the cards speak to, they do speak to good health. So again, I don't know if you're dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but that's very strongly Pisces. Well, didn't know if I see Pisces so much there. I don't remember that one, but I definitely feel like you're protected. There's an energy of balance. Everything is okay that way for it to happen. Let's see. Is there going to be an issue physically that does not allow for the pregnancy for winter? Okay, one more sec there. Is there going to be an issue with the pregnancy? If there is an issue around the pregnancy, it's really just self-imposed. It's just in your head. I don't mean that in a negative way. It just feels like the issues around pregnancy have more to do with your fear of something not happening. And there's just a lot of confusion around it. It doesn't feel like there's anything that's an actual direct obstacle. Timing is timing on that. But as far as everything else, I think that, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So Taurus is what the April 23rd would be. But either way, I don't know. I would just say in this, there's got to be something about information or something that comes through, but then there's going to be like a restart on it. I mean, anything that is in regards to the connection here. I mean, King of Pentacles it sort of fell out indirectly, which would be a Taurus card. But that's not the strongest energy I'm seeing out here. But it definitely would be, somebody who has a pretty good sense of, because a Taurus energy is usually somebody who's interested in family and structure and really wants, money is very important to them. Stability is important to them. Tradition, respect, all of those things. Maybe still immature at this point, but those are, where they kind of gravitate toward is those energies. So I'm not, well, actually, let me just see what his mindset is right now. What is his mindset in regards to the pregnancy? What is his mindset in regards to the pregnancy? What is his mindset in regards to the pregnancy? Okay, well, he is still dealing with, the immaturity is still here. I mean, his feelings are, he's still sort of working through something. It's not that he's in complete denial and no, I don't want it, nothing like that. It's almost like he's kind of reflecting on his own, emotions at this time. So he's a little bit protective maybe of how he responds. So he's somebody I would say that thinks very deeply. He feels very deeply. He's emotional, but he needs comfort. He needs that security. And I think that puts him into a place of non-security. So I would say at this point, so long as he felt secure enough that he would move in this direction, because he's just in this space of trying to better understand himself. And right now he might be projecting out some of his, feelings in a sort of raw way is what I would say there. But I mean, they're still very positive cards, and that's good to be in that contemplative space. Because he is somebody I feel that's, very excitable or has a lot of passion for things, and he likes to explore new things. But I definitely feel like, it's just a matter of he's still a little bit restless, and that's why, because he's in that restless wanting to explore phase, it's really hard to sort of ground him in things right now. So he might be feeling a little bit more scattered or impulsive. So that's kind of where I would say things are at. Anyway, hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight, and on to my next reading. So until next time, I'm glad you enjoyed that winter. It's good to hear that it related for you. But yeah, keep moving forward, guys, and never give up. We are moving into 2025, and it looks like it's a better year for all. So like I said, stay in the right mindset, because I think we just have to be patient to let things unfold. You're very welcome. So until next time, going on to my next read, which will be, not sure. I'll just have to think that one out. But either way, see you in the next read.